cataclysmic venom just followed.
What? Oh, I always forget. I always forget about that. But hi. Voice crack. Ah, hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. You're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. It's time for stream. Hope you're all doing well. Yawn. Oh my goodness. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Here we go. Rock. Yippee! But hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Hi, everyone. It's time for stream. Yippee! It's time for art stream today, although I don't know what to draw as usual. I'm just gonna be winging it like I always do. Oh my god, my voice. I wonder if I'm sick. I very likely am. Unfortunate. Oh my god. Hi Val, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hi Val, hi. Oh my god, my voice is cracking more than usual today. No. Finally not at work. Yippee! Yippee! Okay, it's been okay, so on Sunday, right? I did the thing I always do and I started uploading my VODs onto my YouTube. But the Minecraft VOD from last week has taken well over 24 hours to upload. It still says it's just it still says it's buffering. That's kind of annoying. I guess I'll delete it and try to upload it again. Because that's annoying. That's annoying. It's clearly not working. But regardless, I hope everyone's having a good day. So you're not gonna stop doing that, huh? Okay. I see how it is. In that case, let me just get ahead of the curve. Chat box, refresh. Because that's gonna be stupid. Anyway, I forgot to say, Cataclysmic Venom, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, my voice is a little bit raspy. And my head feels warm and my nose is stuffy. I am definitely I'm definitely sick in one way or another. Not that that's gonna stop me. Sickness never stops me. Unless except for when it does stop me. So my Wi-Fi was just wanting me to cosplay Kurt Cobain. If you know, you know. What? I mean, I understand the reference. I just don't understand what you mean by that. Huh? What? What? Huh? They're going to kill. I understand that part. That's the part I understand. Okay, I understand that part. The stream was buffering. I thought it was my Wi-Fi. I'm connecting the dots, but it's still not. I was still confused by the way you worded it. I get it. Stop screaming at me. I know I'm stupid. I know. Ah, ah, ah. It's rock stream now. Hey guys, it's me. It's me, Rock. It's time to go on a rock adventure. Let's go. Oh, he went on a little adventure, I guess. Oh well. Anyway. His cosplay as Gurko makes me have a funny. Wait, you're crying? Why are you crying? Don't want to cry. Because I'm bullying my wife as a joke? Yeah, because Val was bullying me. Also, this is not a blue sweater, it's green, actually. Or like a turquoise. But anyway, it's time for art, and I don't know what to draw. What the fuck? Why is my model doing that? Stop doing that. Would you please? Would you stop doing that? Would you stop bouncing when I'm not even saying anything, please? Okay, it seems to be no. Fuck. I know what it is. Definitely is the fan of my PC. Need a better microphone stand. No, I sleep on lab and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm the lab dweller. I dwell on labs and make terrifying noises if woken. I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, chat. Expect Overwatch streams soon. I installed Overwatch again. But I uninstalled Deadlock to make room for it. I don't think that was necessary because Deadlock is not as big as Overwatch or Rivals. I was perfectly able to run Deadlock and Rivals at the same time. Okay, not as in run them, play them at the same time, but as in have them on the PC at the same time. But I just wanted to be safe since I also have Cassette Beasts installed and I'm still in the process of playing that, so I can't like uninstall it. We'll come back to Deadlock later. But I thought since I am stuck in a I'm stuck in a state of being unable to play Rivals because the the game size is too big. So I'm not gonna play Rivals until there's something I'm actually like very excited for coming. So we'll come back when Black Cat is in the game in a few weeks. But in the meantime, we play a little bit of Overwatch. I've been so in the deadlock hole that I've forgotten to play some Overwatch. Unless you tell me to leave in an angry tone and or just pick me up and put me on a tall shelf. But other than those, there's nothing you can do to get rid of me. Darn. I can't even reach high shelves. What if Infinite was Latina? Could you imagine? Still not sure what to do with this body section. It looks very plain. Not legendary Pokemon worthy, right? Well, time to turn them into goop. Time to turn them into goop. Actually, hmm. Coffee. I don't know if that looks as good as I thought it would in my mind. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that looks a little bit weird. A little bit, I don't know, goofy. You know what? No, it's fine. It's fine. Probably fine. Did I? I think I did actually. I did yesterday talk about the weird dream I had where I was in the movie, where in the movie, the movie of all time, where I was in a movie with The Rock and Keith David, but I didn't get to meet them because they were on set for such a short time. It was a weird dream, not gonna lie, but that doesn't matter. What? Look vertical. Wait, what? Oh, wait. No, yeah, that is correct. Yeah, this is confusing me. I'm so stupid. Okay, not that stupid, but okay. 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 It looked fine in the original sketch. Why does it look so weird now? Maybe I need to exaggerate it a little bit. Now it just kind of looks like it's slapped on. Maybe I need to go a little bit in line with this. Let me trace over it one more time. Hmm. It's gonna overlap so much with the neck. No, no, it overlaps weirdly. Fuck. I don't know what to do. Ah. Maybe if I just have it sag down a little bit more. It's such a pain. Why is it such a pain? Maybe I'm going about it all wrong. Or maybe not. Hold on. Maybe it's supposed to be the other way around. The thin part in the back and the thicker part in the front. Oh my god, I think I figured it out. Not really, but I'm getting there. All right, all right, all right, all right. There we go. And there you go. Kira. That looks weird. A little bit weird. Why? Why do I do this to myself? Why do I have these ideas that are so hard for me to draw? Why do I draw? Why can't I just stop drawing? We live in a day and age where I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. I don't want to endorse AI in any way, even as a joke. But my aphantasia really is halting my artistic prowess at times. And it sucks. Also, hi Val, welcome back. Oh, that there just does not exist. Okay. Oh, hey, man. I like that he says comes in this song. Favorite lawyer has no episode today. I saw that. Oh my god, guys. Every day that passes by, I've started to feel less and less crazy. Because not only are there so not okay, let me start from the beginning. Not only did Wonder Man confirm that the Cloak and Dagger show is still canon to the MCU, and Wonder Man is also getting a season 2 in the works. Not only is Luke Cage coming back, apparently due to according to leaked set photos, which Luke Cage is the show that connected like Cloak and Dagger to the original like Netflix Defender shows. The MCU just in general being very street level focused right now. Disney Plus like recommending the Cloak and Dagger show along with the rest of the Defenders shows. But also Olivia Holt, the actress who played Dagger on the show, has been active on Twitter, liking posts talking about the MCU. I feel less and less crazy for wanting Cloak and Dagger to come back. It genuinely feels like they just might one of these days. I'm still cautiously optimistic about it, but I don't know. To me it seems very, very, very likely at this point. And I'm so happy about that. Of course, that means that if it happens to not be true, I'm gonna be very disappointed. But we'll get there when we get there. But the nanosecond they come back, I'm gonna be cheering. I'm gonna be so happy. It's gonna be so awesome. Daredevil Born Again season 3 is coming too. I wouldn't be surprised if a Cloak and Dagger cameo appears. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they appear in season 2. They could appear anywhere is the thing. Heard Jessica Jones also has a child, probably with Luke Cage, so a bit more hope for expanded characters exist. Like, in the MCU, they have a child? I mean, I know they have a child in the comic, but in the MCU, that's cool. The question though is, if it is the like Cloak and Dagger show versions of them that are coming back to the MCU, which presumably so, considering the rest of the Defenders cast are coming as their versions, just a little bit more comic accurate. They're just a little bit more campy with it. That still leaves the question: what are Cloak and Dagger? If it's the MCU versions, what are they doing in New York? They're from Louisiana. For some reason, in the Cloak and Dagger show, they put them in Louisiana. I guess at the end of spoilers, for like a fucking old ass show at this point. At the end of season 2, they do kind of run off. They get on a bus and like we don't know where they're going, which does perfectly, like, you know, work in their usual status quo of being runaways. Because that's kind of a thing that wasn't really the case in the show. We saw a lot of their families, both Cloak and Dagger. We saw a lot of their families and their family dynamics, even though in the comics they ran away from home. So I guess them suddenly being in New York does make sense. I'm so excited to see them come back though. I really hope it's actually true. I really hope it's true. Cuz if they do come back, that means we're going to get fucking MCU skins in Rivals. And I really like how they look in the MCU. Cloak specifically. Dagger just always kind of just wore like a white outfit. She didn't really have a costume on, but like with Cloak, they obviously had to give him some sort of like cape because that's what his fucking powers revolve around. And they gave him this super cool cape. Hold on, let me see if I can find an image. MCU Cloak. Let me see if I can find a good image. Here. Oh my god. Okay, it's a very low quality image, but like, has a bunch of beads on it, a bunch of sparkly details. It looks super cool. Oh my god. I really hope they bring that back. Otherwise, it's just, you know, his regular, like, comic book costume. It's just a dark blue with black stripes cloak. I wouldn't be surprised if they just do that, but like the beads, it had like actual narrative significance, something to do with his brother and all that. It was like, seriously, if you should check out the Cloak and Dagger show. Everyone should. It's really good. It's a really good introduction to the character, I think. It does depart a bit from the source material in a lot of ways. But it's a good introduction to like the characters, because the character dynamics are definitely there. The second season gets a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. It falls more in line with their usual status quo. Because like the first season is all about them like uncovering like this corporate conspiracy, which is not something that Cloak and Dagger usually do. But the second season is something that's very much in line with what Cloak and Dagger usually fight in comics, and that's like a whole like human trafficking ring. Although throughout season 2 they don't have costumes. They do the thing that a lot of superhero shows do, where like throughout most of the series they don't have costumes. I mean, Tandy never technically never got a real costume in the show. Only Ty got a proper costume because he kind of has to. Most of the time, he just wore a an oversized hoodie as his cloak, which was fine because there was some sort of it was his older brother's hoodie. Which is nice. Even in the comics, it's his older brother is the reason that he ran away from home because he accidentally got him killed. Well, it's presented as Ty accidentally getting him killed, but it was a it was a it was a it was a cop shooting at a black teenager. I don't think Ty like saying anything would have changed the outcome. Like it's presented as, you know, Tyrone, who like in the comics has a really bad stutter. At least in the early comics, that was one of his like one of the personal details about him. He has a really bad stutter, and so he tried to tell he tried to tell the cop that his brother didn't do anything, but because he couldn't get the words out, his brother got shot. But you know, realistically, I don't think Tyrone saying anything would have changed the outcome of that situation. But like, I think that's kind of intentional. Tyrone just blames himself for it. In the show, they made him very much more explicitly a case of police brutality. Where the main villain of season 1 was the guy who killed Tyrone's brother. It was this very corrupt cop. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping about Cloak and Dagger. I just want them back in the MCU so bad. I want to see them. They're so cool. You have not been away from for a while, Knuckles. You were literally in the last song that played. Echidna! Also using clips from OG Daredevil and Born Again, so if they don't pussy out, they can go and do a bunch of shit about that. Like the original show or like the movie. The old movie. Could you imagine if they incorporated that into the MCU? The show? Yeah, I assumed. I assumed so. Could you imagine if like they were just two Daredevils, two Kingpins that they were just completely different? I mean, I know they can't bring back Kingpin because the actor died. Rest in peace. But could you imagine if there were just two Daredevils? I mean, there's like the multiverse saga. They're like yeah, there can be two Daredevils, but I meant like in the MCU proper in 616. Such a weird thing to say in the song. Why does Knuckles randomly say that he doesn't love Rouge? Like, Knuckles, no one thought you did. Why'd you have to bring that up, huh? Bro just self-reported. There were two Daredevils at some point, Daredevil Bullseye and Daredevil Matt. Oh, I wouldn't know. I never watched I didn't watch the show. I did start watching Born Again a few months ago when I still had Disney Plus. I couldn't even get through the first episode. I'm not gonna lie, I was just very disinterested. Surprisingly enough, I was way too disinterested. I did watch She-Hulk though, and Daredevil was in that in his funny yellow costume. That doesn't look good actually. I think just doing it on this side of the head is fine actually. Or this side of the eye. What I tried to say. What I meant to say. After Defenders, I think they stole Matt's original suit and gave it to Bullseye to make him do terrible shit. When is revived, some magical shit, he's back, and the Devil of Hell's Kitchen homemade suit. So two Daredevils exist at one time, although a bit of twisted deception. You when the first episode of a lawyer show slash action starts with
Evie
a lawyer
underscore
show.
the underscore llama just followed.
Ivy the Llama, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Understand though, but the season gets better towards the end. Just the lawyery stuff can be boring. That's not that's not actually again, I watched She-Hulk. I can it's not that the lawyery stuff was boring. I just couldn't get into it for some reason. Okay, this is actually starting to go kind of hard. It's not that I don't think Daredevil Born Again is a bad show or anything. I just couldn't get into it first time viewing it. Maybe I'll give it another chance at a different time. But right now, I don't have Disney Plus, and I'm not planning on subscribing anytime soon. Because Disney kind of sucks. In fact, saying Disney kind of sucks is an understatement. My family pays for Disney so I can get past that part. Yeah, fair enough. There's one thing I know about Daredevil Born Again that I think is funny as hell. Apparently, fucking the swordsman, quote unquote, the swordsman from Hawkeye, has appeared in both seasons of Daredevil Born Again, which is one of the weirdest things from the Hawkeye show to bring back in Daredevil. Like no Echo, no Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. No, bringing swordsman. Bring in the funny French guy. Who isn't even a villain in this version. He's just a guy that likes swords. At least he was in Hawkeye. I don't know if Daredevil actually gave him some depth. Actually made him a vigilante. He's a vigilante now? Yippee! He still didn't raise Clint Barton. But I guess they got around that to make by making him Kate Bishop's stepdad. That's kind of doing that, but like not really. You know, that's kind of clever. That's the MCU being clever in the same way they were clever by making Star-Lord and Mantis sisters, because it's like referencing something. Like it's not lore accurate, but it's referencing something, and that makes it kind of cute. That's a weird. That was a really funny thing to bring up because Swordsman and Mantis actually have a connection in the comic. They actually get married. Does he have a funny costume though? So he's rich as shit, refused to invest in Fisk shit, and got caught being a vigilante. Oh. So he's not actually like going around fighting people with swords. He's just Fisk didn't like him, and so it was like, you know what? You're also a vigilante. Oh, he is? He does go around fighting people with swords? Yippee! But does he get a funny costume? Does he look like... Hold on. Does he look like this? You can tell this is the guy that raised Hawkeye. you can tell. Little known fact, even though Hawkeye is obviously most well known for using a bow and arrow, he is equally skilled with a sword because of this guy. And I think that's really cool. It's a really fun Hawkeye detail. Hawkeye just keeps being my favorite. Keeps being my favorite Avenger. Unfortunately, he's played by fucking Jeremy Renner. A guy who's a huge douchebag, apparently. I like him in the role of Hawkeye, don't get me wrong. I've just heard he's a total douchebag. He doesn't wanna return to the MCU unless he gets paid a shit ton of money for it. Jade's dressed up in a suit with something wrapped around his head at the moment. Oh, so it's like if so there so it's like if it's like if it's doing the like movie superhero costume thing of if a rich guy decided to like try to do a swordsman cosplay with just the clothes that they had in their wardrobe, essentially. I mean, I don't hate that. I'm sure he looks cool. Oh, never mind. That doesn't look cool at all. Oh, never mind. Sends you the image that we have. It's barely legible. Yeah, I see it. That's... Oh, no. Why is he a ninja? Why does he look like a ninja? In action, he looks better. Yeah, probably. Spent so long just trying to Make this guy look goopy as hell. Also, I found out yesterday. This is a very dark thing to bring up in a stream, but I found out yesterday that there's a guy that actually exists called Wade Wilson, just like Deadpool, and he's like a serial killer. That was an unfortunate thing to find out. Imagine a kid googling Wade Wilson because they like Deadpool and then finding a fucking serial killer. Can't be fun. Also, it's very makeshift. He's going to be better. We got a good thing about him confirmed. Using anything as a sword. He uses Rewa recently. That's actually kind of fun. But nothing on Kate. Does she even get? Does she at least get a mention? Since he is her stepdad and everything. I guess he isn't anymore because fucking her mom went to jail at the end of Hawkeye for working with Fisk. Actually, it's hard to tell what their relationship is like since we haven't seen Kate at all. Last time we saw Kate was at the end credit scene of the Marvels, where like Kamala was recruiting her to join the supposedly the Young Avengers. I say supposedly because it isn't really the Young Avengers. Kamala hasn't been on the Young Avengers. I mean, I'm sure she's been on the Young Avengers, but she's more known for being on the Champions. Oh my god, I wonder if Vision Quest is gonna introduce Viv. Vision's very gay daughter. She was on the on the Champions, or was it the Young Avengers? I think it was the Champions, and she had a crush on Riri Williams. I wonder if we're gonna see that. Hmm. I am unsure what to do. I'm just doing something, hoping it works out. Not gonna work out. One thing I do want to do though is wherever there's like these thorns, I want to replace them with globs of goop. I know I've been really obsessed with Cloak and Dagger returning to the MCU, which obviously is a much bigger deal than what I'm about to talk about. But you know what I haven't been talking about a lot? Star-Lord. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 ended with the legendary Star-Lord will return. But we don't even know if he's going to be in Doomsday. We don't know if Chris Pratt has been cast in Doomsday. I guess Chris Pratt has been too busy being Mario. He can't Star-Lord it up right now because he's too busy wahooing it in the Mushroom Kingdom with the princess. I need to go use the bathroom. Actually, I'll be stretch. I'll be right back. Wow. Seems like my dad is heading out to military practice. Living room is filled with like bunch of military bags and stuff. Oh fuck. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that out loud. It's kind of depressing. Anyway, la la la. I love stream. I love to stream. I love streaming. I love drawing and I love streaming. Man, Rouge's character peaked in Sonic Adventure 2. It was all downhill from there. I guess she was pretty alright in Sonic '06, actually. Hmm. Hmm. This was probably stupid of me now that I think about it. I should have just. No, it's fine. It's everything's fine. Uh, what color to make the goop? Because if I make it a weird color, then it's gonna give completely different vibe. Because I want this version, this form of the Pokemon, the bound form, as I tentatively called it. I want it to be pure grass type. It suppresses its natural secondary type, and so it's pure grass type. But I also want the goopy part to look very unnatural. But if I make it look too unnatural, it's gonna make it look like it's a poison type or something. And I don't want that. Like, obviously the easy thing is to make it purple. But then that's like then it's giving poison type, you know? I don't want it to give poison type. But I feel like, if anything, you know, the goop should be purple. So I'm struggling here with what to do. Horse Yuri, let's go. What do you mean, Horse Yuri? Where's the Horse Yuri here? I was doing a design. I. What if this deep blue? I just need to put down a color and then I can put it through the. I can change the hue of it later. Actually, I can just. Yeah. Not done with it, but I got most of it done, so there's that. I don't know what this is, but I like it. I also have to change this bright color so it fits better. Make it more desaturated. Later, I'm gonna take these designs I made and make them kiss. Make them kiss. Want to see the horse you redesigned? Sure. Why horses? That's my question. Why horses? Ugh, stretch. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh my god, horse Yuri. They look cute. I like the outfits. They look real nice. I will hydrate, thank you. He's raising up, it's murdered me. I'm a vibe for a few, then goes eep. Okay. Hope you have a good rest. Anyway, let's see this. Hue, saturation, luminosity. Mm, no, I definitely think maybe going with a more green color or greenish blue color. PC needed a reboot. That's fair. Maybe I need to do that with my PC one of these days. One of these days. It's a little too desaturated, actually. Uh, I think that's fine. Compare that to this. Does it feel like the same creature? Just one is abused by pollution. One is polluted and one is at it in its prime. You know we go black riding some unleash the million pieces and one by one fall. Black fall, brave hearted I am. I think I would just desaturate it a little bit. To shift it a little more a sickly yellow. Yeah, now it's only slightly desaturated from what it used to be. Definitely still feels a little off, if you know what I mean. I can't put words on it. Reminds me of the corrupted dragon from Breath of the Wild. I don't think I'm familiar. I didn't play a lot of Breath of the Wild. I had the game, I just didn't play a lot of it because I'm not that big of a Zelda fan. My younger sibling played a lot more Breath of the Wild, and I would play on their save file just so I could dress up Link in all the different armors. I would play dress up and I would color the armors and I would make him look fancy. You mind YouTube links? Not really. As in, I don't really mind. Anyway, uh, let me see this dragon. I mean, yeah, that is a goopy dragon. A long dragon. But mine isn't supposed to be a dragon. It's supposed to just be a snake. It doesn't even have wings. It doesn't even have wings. Because you get rid of the malice on it, restoring it. Oh. That is pretty much what I'm doing. Well, since I'm kind of stuck here, I can draw something else. So what if we draw the other one? What if we draw the other box legendary for my little region. Because you can't have flora without the fauna, right? Eastern dragons don't have wings. Worms are wingless, limbless dragons. I have very strong opinions on dragon what would you call it? Taxonomy? Is that what it is? Is that the term? I'm not sure if that's the exact term, but you know what I mean. The classification of dragons. I have very strong opinions on it, and a lot of people aren't gonna like them. Because I know dragons are mythological creatures, they don't exist, so none of this matters, it's just for fun. But also, fucking people classify mythological creatures that aren't dragons at all as dragons. Like, people talk about, like, Eastern dragons, but, like, did you know that in, like, Japan, for example, they see Eastern dragons and Western dragons as two completely separate creatures? Did you know that? That's why Pokemon like Gyarados, which are very clearly a dragon, aren't dragon type because it's an Eastern dragon. Meanwhile, more Western looking dragons are dragon type because it's the Western dragon type. So I have very strong opinions on classifying dragons because in a lot of cases it's just fucking Western pilled people trying to put other people's cultures into boxes, and that feels gross to me. I know it. I know I'm the annoying woke friend, but you know, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, especially with like creatures like the Mo'o from Polynesian mythology. Or the Kirin from Chinese mythology, which aren't really that dragon-like at all, but they're still classified under dragons. I'm not gonna stay on this point for too long because I am aware that I sound like the fun police. I know I sound like the fun police. But yeah. I have no problem with people who actually are invested in like dragons and like categorizing them. For most people, it's just a fun thing, right? Dragons aren't real in the first place, so it doesn't really matter, but it's just something that I don't participate in for those very woke reasons that I just explained. I'll stop the conversation here, or else I'll just go on a whole tirade, ruining everyone's fun. We can talk about wolf instead. Look at this wolf. Tell that to my dragon. He's small, but he dragon. I miss him. What? Nettle. I had to give him up because we didn't have heating for a few months. Are you talking about a pet lizard? Because that's adorable. Named him Nettle like the plant because he's pokey. Aw, that's cute. Fortunate that you had to give him up. This is meant to be the the polluted form of the wolf. Hence why it looks so scrunkly. Gonna make the eyes look more sunken in. I should probably make the fur look less fluffy and more like sharp and rugged. I've been there and seen it. I'm gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. And then when it's in its like true its true form, it gets like super fluffy. Towards the giant Pomeranian? Pretty much, yeah. Like, all the floofs here are very stiff, but I imagine, in its true form, it'll be more like... More like, like, look how big and fluff. You know what this reminds me of? You know what this actually reminds me of? It's completely coincidental, but this reminds me of that one, Pokemon Gold and Silver Proto Beta design. Pokemon Silver Beta mascot. For those of you unaware, before Golden Pokemon Gold and Silver came out, they released a demo at like some sort of, or they didn't release a demo. They had a demo on like some sort of gaming convention where instead of Lugia, because Lugia was a very like last minute addition after the second movie came out. Originally, the Silver Legendary, or what we assume would be the Silver mascot Legendary, was this really fluffy dog thing. And I just realized that's pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now. That's fun. It's warm, why? I don't know, don't ask me. Doesn't that mean that spring is coming? I love spring. Spring is my favorite season. I've already heard bees started buzzing outside and it makes me so happy. You have no idea the smile I get on my face every time I hear a zzz, zzz outside my window. Because I'm like, yippee, it's the bees! I sound like such a child. Getting excited about my favorite animal. I have a very important question to anyone that might know the answer. What is cortisol? It's become a new brain rot term, and I don't know what it actually is. I know I've come to understand that it's a chemical in the brain. Obviously, but like what does it do? Stress hormone? Okay. I assumed something like that. Because everyone's talking about high cortisol, low cortisol, all that. And I don't understand it. I love that I kind of gave him a little bit of a pompadour. I actually kind of like that. Him, her. You know, a wolf would be a very good female Pokemon actually. Cuz like it's the mama wolf, right? Then again, my snake is also looking a little bit femme. I want one of them to be a femme leaning, but I don't know which one. They could easily both be. But there is something very amusing about a fighting type of wolf being the woman. It's not very femme presenting, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, neither of the Sword and Shield legendaries are femme presenting, but Zacian is explicitly said in the Pokemon to be a more. They refer to it using the feminine terminology. Like you both be girls and you can make Monster Yuri. I could, but I don't want to. I want there to be a duality. That's kind of what all Pokemon legendaries do. At least in modern day, they tend to have one more femme presenting and one more mask presenting one. Solgaleo and Lunala is a great example. Xerneas and Novatal a little bit. Koraidon and Miraidon, not really. Kind of Zekrom and Reshiram. One of them is definitely more, you know, I wouldn't say Reshiram is like feminine looking in any way, but it's definitely like meant to be more softer and like kinder looking, which just kind of gives feminine vibes because that's society. That's what society deemed it. But then anything before Gen 5 is kind of just like, you know, they didn't have all of their tropes figured out yet, so can't really apply this logic to the earlier gens. Gen 1 through 4. I mean, you could argue that like No, I don't think you could argue. I don't think you could argue in any case if uh, Dialga or Palkia is the girl. they're just kind of beasts. You can't assign gender to them. Same for Kyogre and Groudon. Not being close to being into Pokemon enough to know. That's fair. Would you get into Pokemon if, like, my Pokemon region was a real Pokemon game? Would that get you into Pokemon? You don't have to answer that. I'm joking. You don't have to stroke my ego. Maybe if they were a Digimon. Oh, we got a Digimon fan in the chat. I never thought that would be possible. I thought my content would be so Pokemon coded that it would only appeal to other Pokemon fans. Fascinating. I need more space for the. I definitely need more space for this tale. Not that hard. I just. You know a lot more about Digimon than Pokemon, but it's been such a long time that I know more Pokemon just due to exposure. Shout out to Art Fight. I can get back into Digimon, but I don't want to. It's a whole list can of worms I don't feel like opening. That's fair, I guess. I wonder if I should get into Digimon, actually. What intrigued me to Digimon was one of my favorite PokeTubers, Lockstin, made a video not too long ago. He usually does videos going over the design origins of like Pokemon and stuff, but he did one video going over the design origins of one particular Digimon, and that was actually very interesting. It was actually a very cool Digimon. So it kind of made me think, hey, maybe Digimon is actually kind of cool. I mean, like with anything I'm a fan of that has like an opposite side to it. I'm never anti the other side. Like, I'm a Sonic fan, but I don't hate Mario. Um, I'm a Marvel fan. I don't hate DC. And I'm a Pokemon fan. I've never hated Digimon. I just never got into it. I think that's how it works, how it goes for most people, you know? Holy shit, this looks so cool. Oh my god, I love it. I was always scared of like drawing the unpolluted version of this mon, because I just really liked the drawing I did of the corrupted version. I really love how scruffy it looks, but like giving it this big luscious mane has just changed my mind on that. This is awesome. I do think I have to change the angle of it a little bit. It feels like it's leaning a little bit too far forward, so I'm gonna have to push it back. See, that's a lot better. But now that that's done, I will also do this. Oops. Hi, Sever. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Fuck, it's so cool. Oh, wrong thing. Big old pompadour dog. Wolf. It's a wolf, not a dog. Well, a wolf is a dog. Well, a dog is a wolf. I'm chilling. That's nice. Nice to hear. Oh, it's so cool. I love it so much. Work a little bit on the. I'm not gonna change the face too much. It's gonna remain mostly the same. It's just gonna look a lot less skeletal. big puppy. I also have to change almost the entire shape of the legs. Because it will, because in the polluted form, it has these cuffs around them, these bone cuffs, which is like supposed to show that they're like shackled. It's like shackled. So in the true form, it'll be like broken out, and it will have these big beefy arms, right? Fitting of what will be like a fighting type. Because that is the type I have in mind for it. Making it super fluffy. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good dog. It's such a good dog. You know what? This is my favorite one. Out of the two, this one's my favorite. Definitely my favorite. It's a little bit unfortunate uh, that it's just a dog, though. Because it's supposed to be the fauna Pokemon. It's supposed to represent all of animal kind. Not just mammals. But I couldn't really put any lizard or bird or insect features to it because it still has to be, it's still meant to be inspired by Fenrir, the dog from Norse mythology. So I couldn't really go all ham on making it like a chimera. That wouldn't really have worked with the inspiration. Almost makes me wish I had inspired that my region was based on like ancient Greece. I could have still put in the like theme of nature. But then had like the wolf be a chimera. Still want that scar to be there. Maybe this time on like the side. Just to have some patterns around it, you know? Plus it also, you know, shows off the fighting type. Like battle damage. Hell yeah, I love this. I love this. Oop, wrong brush. Forgotten what this leg looks like without the cuff. I'm pretty sure I did draw a proper leg underneath and then I just put the cuff over. But now I've forgotten what it's actually shaped like. So I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit. I mean, I probably have it in one of the sketch layers. Hell yeah. It's looking pretty nice so far. That looks great. And that's probably a good place to end the stream for now, because we seem to be past the 3 hour mark. So we're gonna go look for someone to raid. Don't leave just yet. Don't leave just yet. We're gonna go look for someone to raid, okay? We'll have to see what cuties are live right now. Gonna go to bed. You have a good time. I hope you have a good sleep. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. But it's time to look for someone to raid. Who's live? Bailey's live. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit since we raided Bailey, so go raid Bailey. Go raid the Bailey Bear. Very cute streamer and a friend of the channel. Here you go. Have a little raid message. One for people who are subbed and one for people who are not subbed. But of course, if you're not subbed and you have other emotes that you'd rather use, feel free to do so. I'm not very picky. Although it would be preferred if it was a popping emote, because our raid messages, Melon is popping because I go. Water. But regardless, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really hope you all enjoyed the stream. I sure had fun. It was nice to draw. It was nice to actually get work done. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I'll be back again tomorrow with some Overwatch. It's been a hot minute since we last played Overwatch, so it's about time we get back into it. Since I'm having troubles with rivals right now, mostly emotional troubles. But no, there's storage problems. I'll come back to rivals when something interesting actually happens there. Particularly Black Cat coming to rivals in a few weeks. But in the meantime, we play some Overwatch. But regardless, as I said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. Remember to eat food, drink water, take care of yourself, take your meds if you have them, if you need them. And yeah, remember to copy the raid message and say hello to Bailey during the raid. And yeah, that's all. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye bye. See you all next time. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye.